ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्दा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्दा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आविश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुके। Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter number 8, verse number 4. So we read that Sri Gargacharya was asked by Sri Vasudeva to go and perform the name giving ceremony for his two sons, Krishna and Balram. So Sri Gargacharya came to Vraja early morning so that nobody sees him, because he knew that if he comes to know, then he will guess it, because as he will say later on that he is well known as the Purohit or priest of the Yadavas. So why is he going to do Purohiti work for the cowherd people? This will be the doubt. So therefore he left early morning in the Brahma Muhurta before the sun rises, and no one saw him coming, and he arrived. That's why Nanda Maharaj was doing his puja. That's what he saw, that he was busy in worshipping Anarcha Dhoksha Jadhiya. So he gave him seat, make him sit down, and then he respected him. So now he says, Mahada Vichalanam Nrunam Gruhinam Dina Chetasam Nishreyasaya Bhagwan Kalpate Nanyatha Kochit. He said that, O Venerable Sage, the journey or movement or arrival of saintly people like you, Mahada Vichalanam, happens only for the welfare of human beings, and on that also householders, Grihinam, and those who are Dina Chetasam, who are lowly. Otherwise there is no need for them to move around. They have no reason for that. So that means you have come here to my house, and this is my great fortune. So I am happy, and I want to know what I can do for you. So Purnasya Tava Kim Karvama. In the sloka number 3, he says Brahman Purnasya Karvama Kim. So he is actually commenting on that. Commenting on the last part of the third sloka. That you are Purna, you are complete. So what I can do for you? So this can have two meanings. That you are complete, therefore there is nothing I can do for you. So that's the first one. He says, Apitu na kim api kartum arhame tiyartha. So meaning is that there is nothing that I can do for you because you are Purna. Kim shabdasya prashnarthatvat Purnasya tava kim apekshitam vartate. So the word kim, it refers to a question, because kim can also mean that there is nothing I can do, and it can also kim karvame, what can I do? It can be used both ways. So therefore now he is utilizing that Purnasya tav kim apekshitam vartate, that you are Purna, and since you have come here, so there must be something which you want, and I want to know that. Tat bruhi vayam karvame ityartha. So please tell that, and I will do that. So this Purnasya karvame kim can be used as a question or as a statement. So first, the meaning is that there is nothing that I can do for you, so I have no responsibility. But that does not sound very great. So therefore he rejects that meaning, and then he says that although you are Purna, but still since you have come, what can I do for you? In that sense. Adya mama tvad grihagmanasya vayarthyam. So if you take the first meaning, why the first meaning is rejected? That if you take the first meaning, that you are complete and there is nothing I can do for you, so then natural question comes, then why have you come to my house? So if you have come here, there must be some purpose behind it, and therefore that meaning is not appropriate. Dvitiya purnatvasya iti chet maivam ubhayatrapi ubhayam na vyartha. But if you take the second meaning, that you are Purna, but since you have come, so please tell me what I can do. So therefore it is not useless to ask this. Pratyut abhinandaniyatvat param sarthakatvam. Rather, you are worthy of my respect, and therefore there is something to do. Kripa parvashyat. So then the Purnatva will become waste. If I have something to do for you, then what will happen to your Purnatva? Your being complete, fulfilled, that will become futile. So therefore he explains that in this particular sloka, that yes, you are Purna, but you come for Nishrayasaya. So Kripa Parvashyat. So out of your grace, Itya Sanat Kumara Vamanadinam Param Purna Namapi Prithu Bali Prabhritinam Grihagamanasya Drishtatvat. So just as Kumaras are also complete, fulfilled, they don't have any desire for anything, but they went to the kingdom of King Prithu. In the 4th canto we read that they appeared in the kingdom of King Prithu, and then they gave him nice instructions. Similarly, Vamandev is also Paripurna, but he went to Bali Maharaj to beg for the sake of Indra. So sometimes those who are Paripurna, they can also have some need, and that is for the sake of others. So Kumaraj also went to grace Prithu Maharaj. And similarly, Bali also went, Vamandev went to Bali Maharaj for the sake of Indra, not for himself. For himself, he has to stand as a gatekeeper now for Bali, because Bali surrendered to him. So therefore he says, Kripa Parvashyat, that it is only out of grace that they do this. So Mahatam Swashramad Anyatra Vichalanam Grihinam Nishrayasaya Parama Mangalaya Kalpate Samartham Bhavati Tadeva Tesham Apekshitam Api Tyartha. So those who are Mahat, the great people, perfected people, they move out of their ashram only to bless the grihasthas, grihinam. So it is for their supreme auspiciousness, param mangala. And kalpate samartham bhavati. So kalpate here means that they are capable of that. Kripu dhatu samarthya. So they are capable of giving their blessings, therefore they do that. So there is Sutra Kripor Rola. The Re of Kripi becomes La and becomes Kalpate. Otherwise it should be Karpate. So Tadeva Tesham Apekshitam. So this is their apeksha. This is their need or requirement. Means they do it for others' sake and not for themselves. Nirnamiti. So now there are 3 words which are used here. Nirnam, Grihinam, Dinachetasam. So if by saying Nirnam that was enough, what was the purpose of saying Grihinam? That they go to bless human beings. So therefore there must be something behind this word. So it says Nirnam Grihishu api madhya nirnam eva natu devadinam. So first nirnam, that they come to give blessings to human beings and not to the devas. एवं नृषोप्य मध्ये गृहीणामेव न तो brahmacharya and among human beings also they come to bless the grihasthas, not the brahmacharis.
The brahmacharis don't need the blessing. They don't need it.
Because there has to be some balance, And evam, so evam nishu api madhye grihinam eva na to brahmachari adinam tatrapi deenam trinadapi durbhagam manyam cheto yeshamiti. So deena chetasam. So not to all grihasthas, all householders, but those who are humble, who consider themselves as lowly, trinadapi durbhagam, consider themselves as lower than a blade of grass or piece of straw. So that grihasthas are not too many. And that's why these days math don't come, because such grihasthas are not to be found. Who is the grihastha who thinks that trinadapi durbhagam manyam cheto yesha? So this is the reason. So Nanda Maharaj was like that. Teshu eva mahat kripa adhikya sambhavat. So the grace of mahat, great people, is possible only on such people. Because if your pot is upside down, then you cannot get anything. Even if somebody will give you something, it will fall down. So nobody is so foolish that he wants to give you milk when your pot, you are holding it upside down. So more one is proud, more the pot tilts. The head goes up, means the pot is turning upside down. That's why if you have to put your head down to keep the pot straight. So that is what it says is Dina Chetasam. So Natu Uttamanya Kathora Vakra Chetasam. So the meaning is that those who consider themselves as superior, that we are great, we are powerful, we are rich, Koasti Sadrisho Maya, right? Who is like me? And Yagya Bhogi, what is that? Yakshe Dakshami Modeshe. I will do yagya, I will give charity, I will enjoy. So those who think like that, they cannot get the grace. Because it is same. If you want something, you have to put your pot down. If you keep your pot on the seventh heaven, pot means the head, then you cannot get it. So therefore, Natu Uttamanya or Kathora Vakra Chetasam, or those whose hearts are hard, they also cannot get. Or those whose hearts are bent, Vakra, not Sarala. So you have to be Sarala like Arjuna. Arjuna means straight.
Bhavaji Maharaj,
Yes.
in this thing, why is he saying Durbhagya Manyam? Being Trinad should be Saubhagya. So why is he using Durbhagya Manyam?
अरे यार ये भी कोई प्रश्न है. Have you ever met anybody who thinks that he is so low and he is fortunate? Tell me one person like that. People think they are fortunate when they are great. Somebody who does not have anything, who is weak, they say, oh, I am so unfortunate.
No, but I was thinking that if one is humble, then it is a Saubhagya, na?
You think like this. But people don't think like that. Dina means lowly. So Dina Chetasam. So those people who are low and who think we are low, they think we are unfortunate. Because everybody is trying to become big, isn't it? Anybody is trying to go low or everybody is trying to go up? They are trying to go up even by stepping on others' heads. So therefore Durbhagam Manyam.
And Babaji, what is the reason that brahmacharis are excluded because they are supposed to be more humble? Is it that they don't need this mercy because they are
already brahmacharis?
Already have the fortune?
Yes. Brahmachari means those who are studying the Vedas, who are following principles. So what are you going to tell them? They are already on the right track. Brahmachari here means in the real brahmachari, who is studying Shastra, who is under the care of Guru. So what does he need? Because they are already under some Guru. Brahmacharis are not independently brahmachari. But Grihasthas are living in family life. And they are the one who are carrying the burden of the whole society. So they need blessing. So Nanda Maharaj, he speaks further. Jyotisham ayanam sakshat yattajnanam atindriyam pranitam bhavata yena puman veda paravaram. So he says that the knowledge of Jyotish is very important. So Jyotisham ayanam sakshat. You are actually like the seat of Jyotish, like the knower of Jyotish Shastra. And by that sakshat yattaj jnanam atindriyam, that knowledge which cannot be known from our senses can be known through Jyotish. Right? Because what will happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after 5 years, this you cannot see with your senses. Or what I was in my past life, I cannot know that, but Jyotish can tell that. So therefore Jyotish can give you atindriya jnana, knowledge which is beyond sense perception. And pranitam bhavata yena pumana veda paravaram. And you are the propagator of that knowledge. So therefore, by that puman veda paravaram, by this Jyotisha, person can know things of this material, this life or future life or past life. Para and avara, both can be known. So therefore you are very important. So Gargacharya is a famous Jyotishacharya. He is known for that. So balaka dvaya karana artham prarthana bijam sutraha. So this is called introduction. When you have to say something, then you have to first make an introduction to that. So he wants to ask him to do the name giving ceremony. Therefore first he is telling that you are a great Jyotishacharya. Because name giving ceremony is performed by someone who knows Jyotish. Because he has to take the time of birth, place of birth, then he has to see the position of the nakshatras, grahas, then calculate, then tell what is the lagna, and then accordingly he will suggest the name. because name is given according to the lagna. All the varnas, Sanskrit, they are divided into 12 categories, right? So then depending on what is your lagna, then you can have name only beginning with that letter. Just like in the Nam Prakaranam, what is important is the last letter. And here what is important is the first letter. So therefore, in India, the name, what is important, what is in the first letter, what is the first letter of the name, that is according to the lagna. So that's what is making the proposal, introducing him, talking about Jyotish, and then coming to his main request. So that's why it says Balaka Dvaya Nama Karnartham Prarthana Bijam Sutrama. Is making the sutra. Sutra also means Suchaka. Suchnat Sutram. This is also one definition of sutra. Sutra is that which is an indicator. In Hindi also, sometimes they say, हाँ मेरे को इसका सूत्र मिल गया. Some problem is there, something is lost, some theft is there. Right? They say, इसका कुछ सूत्र मिला. Means some indication. So sutra is also used in that. Because sutra also means thread. So means some small thing, thin. From that you can develop. So that's how it is used here, the word sutra. That he is now giving the sutra or indication, which is the seed for his request. And the request will be to give names to his two sons, two boys. So Jyotisham Grahadinam Ainam Jyapakam Jyotish Shastram Yadayatah Tindriyam Jnanam Bhavet. So Jyotish here refers to the grahas. So Jyotish actually means luminary, which has light. So which gives knowledge about that. Ayanam means Gyapakam, Suchakam, indicator, which informs. So that is the Jyotish Shastra, Jyotish Shastram. So Yad Yataha Atindriyam Jnanam Bhavet. And that Jyotish Shastra gives us knowledge which we cannot have through our senses, by our direct perception, because something which has happened in the past you cannot perceive that. Something which will happen in future you cannot perceive that. Our prataksha is only in the present time. The senses give knowledge, external senses, only of what is now. You cannot smell something which was here 2 hours ago or yesterday. You cannot see something what was here yesterday in this room. You can only see what is there now. You can only smell what is the smell now. You can only touch, hear the sound. What was spoken here 10 minutes ago, you cannot hear that. So anything in the past or what will happen in future, what kind of talk will happen here in this room, you cannot hear that now. So therefore he says that Jyotish Shastra, that gives you the Atindriya Jnana. Tad bhavta jnayate iti kim vaktavya. And you know that Jyotish Shastram. So what can be said about it? This is well known fact. I don't have to say it. Tvaya pranitam kritam. Because you are the propagator, you are the author of that Shastra. Yena anyopi puman paramuttar kala bhavi vastu aparam purva kala bhutam vastu veda janate. So you have made a Shastra that by which even other people can know. Not only that you know, but others with the help of your book, they can know what will happen in future or what has happened in the past. Tena vardhakye mama jatasya putrasya जन्म लग्नादिकं विचार्य हस्तपादादि लक्षणं च दृष्ट्वा भद्रा भद्रादिकं कथनीयम इति भाव. So therefore I have two sons in my old age, and you please deliberate on their birth lagna. So which graha is appearing in which nakshatra. So that is the lagna. And also you can see the marks on their hand and feet. So that is called Samudrika Shastra. So the Jyotish Shastra, and there is a Samudik Shastra which also includes palmistry. So Samudrik Shastra also talks about, it is called physiognomy, seeing the marks on the forehead, the shape of your eyes and nose and all this. So that also predicts, tells about a person. And then the marks on the hands and feet. Some people just study the thumb and they can tell. So all this is part of Samudrika. So these lines on the hand are supposed to be the natural horoscope. This is the, by birth you are born with it. So if someone knows how to read it, they don't need to make it. In Jyotish Shastra you have to make the horoscope first and then predict. In palmistry the horoscope is already made. You have to just interpret it. So here 50% of the job is already done by Bhai on the Shashti. So therefore please tell about Bhadra and Abhadra, what is good in their life, what all nice things will happen and what all problems will come. So that's what everybody wants to know from Jyotish or palmistry. Tvam hi brahma vidam shrestha samskaran kartum arhasi balyor anyor nirunam janmana brahmano guruhu. So tvam hi brahma vidam shrestha. If you want something to be done by somebody, you have to give little nice words. Right? So what is that? Satyakam na rochate. Who is that who does not like praise? Everybody feels happy to hear the praise. It is very uplifting. Right? Your head goes up, start floating into the air. So praise means you get a raise. So in praise there is a hidden raise. So he is therefore praising him. Tvam hi brahma vidam shrestha. You are the shrestha. It means you are the best of those who know Veda. Brahman here, Brahma here means the Veda. Means you are the best Vedagya, best scholar of the Vedas. And therefore samskaran kartum arhasi. Therefore you are most capable, qualified to do the samskaras, name giving, namakarana samskara. Because to do samskara you have to have knowledge of the Vedic mantras and the process, how it has to be performed. So Balayor Aniyor Nirnam Janmana Brahmana Guru. So you perform this ceremony for these two children. And if he says, well, this your Purohit should do this, I am not your Purohit. So he says, Nirnam Janmana Brahmana Guru, that among the human beings, Brahmana is by birth a guru. So you are Brahman, therefore you are Guru. So then in Braj there is a saying that सबका गुरु सन्यासी. सन्यासी is everybody's guru. और उसका गुरु अविनाशी. Sannyasi's guru is Avinashi, that is Krishna. And his guru is Brajvasi. This is the saying in Braj. So सबका गुरु सन्यासी, सन्यासी का गुरु अविनाशी, अविनाशी का गुरु ब्रजवासी. So Brajvasi is everybody's guru. So he says that Nirnam Janmana Brahmana Guru, that you are the guru for every human being from very birth. Kincha etadrish mahanubhavasya api tava madgrihagmanam man nishrayasaya eva tachamam nishrayasam ahikam parlokikam cha. So moreover, a great person like you have appeared in my house, therefore certainly it is for my good. And my good is not just material but also spiritual, both ahika and parlokika. Your appearance at my house is bringing me welfare both here and also in my next life. So this is the best. So how is that? Tatra ahikam nishrayasham adya nispadyam ekam tvacharneshu nivedayami kripya shrinuityah. So how is that you say that my appearance here is good both for this life and next life? So he says, out of that, first I am offering you how your appearance is good for me in this life. Ahika. Ahika means what is good here in this life. Parlokika is what is good after death in the other world. Parloka. So that is what I am offering you. Please listen to me. Na kevalam jyotirvidameva tvam shrestha iti bhava. So first he said that you are very expert in Jyotish. Gargacharya said, that's all? So now he says, no, you are also the best among the knower of the Vedas, because Jyotish is just one Vedanga. It is not even a Veda. It is only one of the 6 Vedangas. So then he says, no, that is your speciality, but you are the best. Brahma Vedam Shrestha. So you are the best. Tene ubhaya gun yuktatvat tvameva daimajya mantra viccha kartum arhasit. So therefore you have both knowledge. You know the Vedas and you also know the Vedanga, especially Jyotish. So therefore you are the best Daivagya. Daivagya is a word used for astrologer. In Sanskrit, astrologer is called Daimajya. Means one who knows your fate. Daiva means fate. Nya means knower, the knower of the fate. And you know the Brahma Vedas, therefore you also know the mantras. So not only you are knower of Daiva, you also know the mantras, therefore you are perfect. You can cast the horoscope and predict, and you can also do the ceremony. Because there are some who only know the astrology but they cannot do the ritual, the ceremony. They are not good at that. There are some who can do the ritual but they cannot cast horoscope. Because these are 2 different fields. In one you have to just know Vedic mantras, in another you have to know the astrology. So he says that you are both expert in both. So therefore you are both expert. You are most qualified. Now if he says that Nanu tad guruna karniyam iti chet tatrayanam. So then Gargacharya may say, well, why are you asking me to do? That should be done by your guru. The Purohit is also called guru. We don't say just the word Purohit, but they are guru, like Shukracharya is guru of Asuras, Brihaspati is guru, Vasishtha is guru. Guru here is means Purohit. So he says, well, you are being a Brahman, you are guru also. You are not guru of Yadavas, but you are guru of all human beings. So don't limit yourself only to Yadavas. You can also do for me. So when Sri Gargacharya heard this, then he speaks as follows. Sri Garga Uvacha.
Babaji, a question about this Janmana Brahmana Guru.
Yes.
Is it they are excluded in terms of the 16 sanskaras and they are already Guru by nature or by potentiality they are Guru? How is it?
Because who is going to do this? You know, in grammar there is a sutra. It says that tat karoti tad vedva. What is it? Tat karoti vedva. Is it karoti? Yeah, tat karoti vedva. I think that is the sutra. So it means that if you study grammar, then also you are called grammarian. Not only that you know grammar, you are grammarian. According to Sanskrit grammar, if you are studying engineering, you are already called engineer. And once you complete your education, then also you are called engineer. So tat karoti vedava means you are studying that,
She's already a PhD.
and or you have completed it. Because this is called like something which is going to happen. You already call that person by that name. Basically, that is the nyaya. Just like someone was minister. Now the minister maybe for 5 years maximum. Sometimes they are removed before that. Then for rest of life, people call him minister. So somebody just like somebody who has been in the past and is being called now like that. So like some person may have lived on milk for 1 month. Right? So then for rest of his life they call him Dudhadhari Baba. As if he is living on milk. So like Swami Karpatri. So Karpatri means, Kara means hand and this is the patra. For some time he was bagging food and he will take food only on his palm and whatever came there he ate that. But then for rest of his life he was known as Karpatri Maharaj. He was not doing it at that time. But that became his name. So just as something you do in the past and then for rest of your life people call you that. If you are a musician, you may not be playing now, or if you are an engineer and you may be retired, people still call you engineer. So in the same way now you apply it for future. That somebody is going to do it. So Brahman is the one who is going to be the Guru. So therefore he says Janmana Brahmana Guru. He is the raw material.
But Guru here refers to from the Purohita then.
Yeah.
So Guru in terms of the Adhyatmic Guru one who is the teachings.
Maybe Adhyatmic, but here of course, yes, you are right, it refers to Purohit only. Because that's what he wants him to do. Do the sanskara. So the word also has meaning according to the context. But people will now quote this. If they want to say Brahman is always Guru, then they will quote. So this is called, what do they call, cherry picking?
wanted to ask on this also because it seems from the context that he wants to conduce him to do something for him. So how literally can we take this, and how much is it? No, conduce.
Conduce.
Like this?
Induce.
Yeah,
Inspire.
to inspire him to do it, exactly.
Yeah.
Create some Artha Bhavana.
Well, the thing is that this statement comes later on. Krishna also tells this. I think it is in the story of Nirga. And then he tells to his sons, Janmananam Brahmana Guru. But somewhere Krishna says, I don't know if it is in that place or elsewhere, but similar statement is made by Krishna also. But anyway, Guru also means somebody who is to be respected. Guru always does not mean spiritual master or something like that. Guru means that he is respectable. He should be respected. That is one meaning. You know the word Gaurava. So Gaurava comes from Guru. So Guru means one who has Gaurava, who has honor. So Guru therefore means any honorable person is called Guru. So that's also meaning. Just like here we saw that he was calling him as Bhagwan. Right? You see in the sloka number 4, if you see, Nishresaya Bhagavan Kalpate Nanyatha Kvachit. So here Bhagavan, which is the invocatory case of Bhagavan, Bhagavat. So he is not Bhagwan. Gargacharya is not. Krishna is called Bhagavan and he is also called Bhagavan here. Are they equal? No. So Bhagavan here simply means some very honorable person. That's all. It does not mean God here. So many places Narada is called Bhagavan, some other sage is called Bhagavan. So there, when the word Bhagavan is used like that, then it simply means somebody who is very respectable, means he is respected like Bhagavan. So this is the Gauna Artha, secondary sense. This is not in its primary sense. But this is what we have to be careful, because many times people, they cite slokas and then people never bother to see in which context it is spoken. So if you remove something from one context and try to fit it in another context, then that is improper. If you cite the sloka in the same sense in which it has been cited, then it is proper. But if it is being cited in some one sense and you take it and apply another sense, that is misuse, and people do that quite often. And this is what you see all the time, these so-called scholars, Indologists, leftists, all the time they are quoting from Manusmriti, from Mahabharata, from here, there, and Hindus don't study anything. They don't even have the books in their home. They have not seen them. So when somebody quotes, like this Dr. Zakir Naik, one Muslim fellow, he is all the time quoting Vedas and this and that, and people hear this, oh, he is quoting Veda, that's all, this is enough. Now he doesn't know that he is quoting it wrongly, and that's not what the sloka means. But nobody thinks, oh, it is written in the Vedas like this. Oh my God. Then they lose faith, and they get carried away by that. So this is misuse of quoting Shastra. Any other question? So Sri Garga said, Yadunam aham acharya khyatascha bhuvi sarvada sutam maya samskritam te manyate deviki sutam. So he said, look, everyone knows that I am the acharya of the Yadus. Yadunam aham acharya I am the Acharya, the teacher, the Purohit, the Guru of the Yadus, the Yadavas. And Khyatascha Bhuvi Sarvada. And it is well known all over the land. Bhuvi again, Bhuvi means earth. Now here earth does not mean just the whole earth planet. Means in this area everybody knows me. Doesn't mean that people knew him in China as the Purohit of Yadavas. But this is how words have to be translated in context. So everyone knows me. So sutam maya samskritam te manyate devaki sutam. So now if I do samskara for your son, then what will happen? Then people will think that he is Vasudev's son.
Why is that?
Because the prediction was made that Devaki has 8th child and he is going to kill Kamsa. And now that girl came, and now Gargacharya is coming here to do the samskar at Nanda's place. Nanda in his old age got a son. How is that in old age he got a son? He says this is all set up by Vasudeva. Nanda never had any child. And suddenly in old age he is getting a son. And then Gargacharya is going and doing samskar for that son. So what does it mean? कि दाल में कुछ काला है. So there is some gadbad. So that's what he is saying. You see, Gargacharya also smart fellow. So he says that you should consider this fact. He wants to do the samskar because he knows that how fortunate I am that I am getting the opportunity to give name to Krishna, who gives name to everybody, who is the source of all name and form. I will be giving name to him. This is my good fortune. But at the same time, he doesn't want that there is some trouble which comes.
So Nanda Maharaj is older than Vasudeva.
Yeah. So that's why he's saying. Swayam bibhyat ati utsahinam nandam cha kanshad bhishayamane suguptam eva etat karyetiti abhiprayane pratyachakshana eva ahayadunamiti. So Gargacharya had a fear about Kamsa coming to know about it. And he saw that Nanda Maharaj is very enthusiastic for this ceremony. So that means he is going to do a big festival. There will be music, dance, feast, and everybody will come to know about it. So he says this will create problem. So Nandam cha kansa bhishyaman. And therefore he thought of scaring Nanda Maharaj from Kamsa. So it is with this intention he is saying that so that this ceremony should be done in a secret manner. Suguptam eva etat karya iti abhiprayana. With the intention to tell him that look, don't call all these music people and make a big scene here. So do it secretly. So in that sense, as if he is refuting his statement, means no, I don't want to do it. It's not that he doesn't want to do it. So therefore he says pratyachakshana eva ahai, as if he is not accepting the proposal of Nanda Maharaj. But his intention is not that he would not do it. His intention is that it should not be made a public festival. It should be just done in a secret manner with a low key. So this is niti, that we have to know what we should advertise, what we should keep secret, what should be told, what should not be told. Not that everybody has to know about everything, and then you have to face problem. So that's why he is saying that if I do this, then Kamsa will come to know about it, and then we both will be in trouble. Tav yadutve api kshatriyatva bhavat na yadutva khyate. He says, although you are also yadu, because he is also coming in the yadu line. But the thing is that you are not known as kshatriya. You are known as Vaishya. So therefore no one is going to think that I am your Purohit also. I am Purohit of Yaduj, and I know that you are also Yadava, but you are not known as Kshatriya. So I am known as Purohit of Yadavas who are Kshatriyas, and not Yadavas who are Vaishyas. So aham tu Yadu Purohitatvene khyata matkrityam idam na guptam sthasyati iti bhava. So I am well known as the priest of the Yadavas, and if I do this ceremony, then it will become well known to people, and this will cause some trouble. So therefore he will speak later on that this should be performed in secret manner. That is his intention. So I'll stop here. Any question on this?
I had a question.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I have a fundamental question, confusion. So does Nanda know that Vasudeva had a son named Krishna who was transported to his home, or does he not know this?
No, he does not know this. He thinks Krishna is his son.
He does not know. Okay.
No. It is only Vasudeva who knows this, and that's why he wants that ceremony of his son should be done. So Vasudeva thinks Krishna is his son, and Nanda Maharaj thinks that Krishna is his son, and Krishna is very happy. He says, that's good. If two people think, then both will take care of me. What's my problem? If I go to Mathura, I have a house there. If I come to Braj, I have a house here.
So other than Vasudeva, Devaki and Gargamuni, nobody really knows that Devaki actually gave birth to a son. Even Nanda Baba thinks that Devaki gave birth to a daughter, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that right?
Right.
Okay. And then the warnings that Vasudeva gave him when he went to Mathura, and the warning that Gargamuni is giving him now, that they will think that this is not your son because I am Yadu's son, the Yadava's Purohit. So that he can ask for whose son is it then, but he doesn't ask like this.
Yeah, because he is saying that, look, I am the Acharya of Yadavas. If I do the ceremony for your son, then they will think that this is Devaki's son. They will mistakenly think like this. He is telling like that. Because Kamsa, Kamsa was told that he will be killed by 8th son of Devaki. But then it happens to be a girl. So he is still confused. Because that girl said that one who is going to kill you is already born. So now he may be thinking that he is born to somebody else, or he may now start thinking, what is this? Maybe this Vasudeva has done some trick.
So Nanda Baba knows this, that the 8th son is destined to kill him, and that Kamsa is looking for the 8th son. Nanda Baba knows
Yeah,
this.
because they already knew that they are going around and killing children.
Right. Okay, now it all makes sense. So he knows this, and Nanda Baba doesn't know where the 8th son is either.
Yes.
But it should not happen that Kamsa thinks it's his son. Okay, now it's all clear.
Right.
Thank you.
Babaji, so it was actually Vasudeva who sent Gargamuni. So does Nanda think that he sent him just to do him some favor, or did he also call him, or how does that?
Yeah, because he has another son who is known to everybody. Balram is there. So that is known that Balram is Vasudev's son. So he is thinking that he is sending him to do ceremony for Balram, and he will also do for Krishna. Because Balram is only 8 days senior to him. Anything else?
And this voice from the sky during the marriage of Devaki and Vasudeva, it spoke specifically about Devaki's 8th son and not about Vasudev's 8th son. And therefore Balaram is not a problem for Kamsa. That's correct.
He said that one who is going to kill you has already taken birth.
No, I mean during the marriage, not
Yeah, this girl said that one who is going to kill you has That's what she said. So she was not clear. What does it? So that's when he heard this, then he was very surprised to hear this. Tayabhitam akarne kamsa param vismita devkim vasudevach. He was very surprised. He says, what is this?